There is no doubt that humans have made massive strides over the centuries to be where we are today as a civilization. We have undergone some fundamental changes in our way of thinking as more information becomes available to us, and we continue to push the boundaries of what we think is possible. However, it wouldn't be unreasonable to say that we still have significant problems with our way of life that need to be fixed. We are constantly faced with natural disasters such as floods, in addition to the problems we have created ourselves such as war, poverty, and environmental destruction of our beautiful planet. Perhaps these are some of the main reasons that are holding our species back from advancing even further. One way to measure this progress is the Kardashev Scale. It helps weigh all the exciting and inspiring scientific discoveries we make against the chaos and destruction we end up causing. In today's video, we'll be taking a deeper look into what this scale is and how it measures the well-being and future of civilizations. Most scientists believe that the next 100 years are crucial in determining whether we will thrive as a species or perish completely. Additionally, the scale is currently the only way of measuring what an advanced alien civilization may look like. Stay tuned to find out where the human race ranks compared to any other species that may be out there in the cosmos. The Kardashev Scale is a classification system that measures the technological prowess of a civilization. The scale is energy-based, which means that it classifies a civilization by measuring the amount of energy it has available to it. It was devised by a Soviet astronomer called Nikolai Kardashev in 1964. The first version of the scale was published in his paper called The Transmission of Information by Extraterrestrial Civilizations. It originally defined 3 different categories depending on the technological advancements of a species. Kardashev was able to establish types ranging in scale from a planetary society to a stellar society, and finally an empire that may span an entire galaxy. The scale was formulated in this manner because Kardashev surmised that the overall status of a given civilization is generally based upon technology and energy. The technological means of a civilization directly relate to the amount of energy it can harness. Kardashev was also under the belief that the more energy that a civilization can access, the better and faster their technological prowess will become over time. This means that any society can develop as far as its technology and ability to use energy can take it. While the scale is generally only concerned with energy consumption on a cosmic level, since 1960, it had a few more categories proposed in addition to the original 3 Kardashev defined. These new levels include Type 0, Type 4, and Type 5 civilizations. The new higher categories also include certain metrics which go beyond the availability and production of pure energy. A Type 0 civilization refers to one that is still in a sub-global culture. As a result, it extracts its energy and raw materials by crude means, such as organic-based sources like wood, coal, and oil. Any rockets that a Type 0 civilization would have would depend on chemical propulsion. Since chemical propulsion is extremely slow when seen from a cosmic perspective, such a civilization would mostly be confined to its home planet, and as a result, be forced to only harness the energy available to them. Civilizations that have not completely harnessed the energy of their home planet are also included in this category. Since we still depend on dead plants and animals to help sustain our energy needs, humans can be classified as a Type 0 civilization. Many scientists believe we have a long way to go yet before we can progress on the Kardashev scale. In fact, back in 1973, we were classified as a sub-Type 0.7 civilization, and estimates suggest we may have to wait another 200 years to climb up to Type 1. A Type 1 civilization would be slightly better and more advanced than any of those found on Earth. It would follow a planetary culture, which means that they would have the ability to utilize all available resources on their home planet and have the skill to harness the energy output of an entire world. They may also have the ability to harness all the energy that is available to them from a neighboring star and be able to gather and properly store it to meet the energy demands of an ever-increasing population. From our perspective, humans would need to boost our current energy production by at least 100,000 times to reach this status. Being able to control the energy of the entire planet would mean that the civilization would also be capable of harnessing power from natural forces such as the weather, volcanoes, and even quakes. Other power sources such as nuclear fusion and antimatter would also be easily accessible for a Type 1 civilization. A Type 2 civilization would most likely follow a stellar culture and be a few thousand years beyond our stage of evolution. Such a society would not only make complete and efficient use of the resources of its planet, but also have the capability to harness all the energy of its star. This is not just limited to utilizing and storing energy from star light, but also being able to cultivate the entire power of the star at a much more intimate level. Several methods have been proposed which could potentially allow for such a feat. The most popular of these methods is the hypothetical Dyson sphere. This megastructure would encompass the entire star and have the ability to trap most of its energy output and transfer it to the home planet for future use. Another proposed method is the complete mastery of fusion power. This is the same mechanism that powers the stars and, if successfully researched, could allow a civilization to construct a reactor of immense scale which would be used to satisfy their energy needs. It could allow for the use of nearby gas giants as a fuel source to power the orbiting reactor. At this stage, a civilization is also expected to have colonized multiple planets in their local system. This would significantly reduce the risk of extinction unless it was self-inflicted. A Type 3 civilization would be galactic in culture and would have the ability to harness the energy output of an entire galaxy. This is about 10 billion times the energy output of a Type 2 civilization and about 1 million years more advanced than humans currently are. They would have colonized an entire galaxy and harvested energy from billions of stars. This amount of power will surely have resulted in interstellar travel and the populating of countless worlds across the cosmos. The scale of the technology of a civilization that is this far advanced would be something beyond our current understanding and imagination. They would potentially have the ability to tap the energy of black holes and maybe even quasars and gamma-ray bursts. A Type 4 civilization would probably be universal, and its intergalactic culture would allow it to span the entire breadth and width of the universe. They would be able to freely travel the cosmos and command the power of 1 billion trillion suns. These civilizations would have the capability of attempting projects of superhuman proportions, such as changing the structure of space-time itself. For humanity, these accomplishments may be beyond our reach completely. They would have the ability to control currently unknown energy sources or completely change the laws of physics. One speculation is that advanced races of these species may even live inside supermassive black holes and be able to traverse the accelerating expansion of space. If the civilization continues to push even farther ahead, it may achieve the status of becoming a Type 5 society. Such a civilization would follow a multiverse culture. This means they would have transcended their universe of origin and would be capable of manipulating entire universes. This would allow the beings of this species to possess unimaginable power and ability. It may be a little disheartening that we haven't even reached Type 1 yet, but it is important to remember that when it comes to time on a cosmic scale, the human race is still in its infancy. While it is true that we are continuing to develop at a steady pace, it is also a sad reality that the biggest obstacle in our way is ourselves. If we are to advance as a species, we must first learn to take care of each other and the beautiful planet we call home. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe if you found today's video interesting. Do you think there are other more advanced civilizations out there? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below.